newspaper, the one about that guy who had Ebola in Dallas. I think you've read it. It made me late for the elevator. It kind of freaked me out, actually, since I live in New York and that is not so many miles from Dallas, and even if you think it is so many miles, it's all the same country because Texas hasn't seceded yet, even if you think that they will or they should, or they're just so culturally rednecked and different, then first of all, fuck you, because my liberal hippie grandparents live in Houston, and second of all, my liberal hippie grandparents live in Houston, which is not so many miles from Dallas, even if you never left the town you grew up in. Of course, now that there's Ebola in Dallas, I can no longer talk about Ebola or think about Ebola the way I would the Black Plague in 12th century England. I was born in America, and furthermore, I was born an American, and furthermore, I was born a middle-class white girl. And America is invincible to the problems of the third world, and furthermore, I am invincible. Bad things happen to people, but they don't happen to me. I'm concerned with a boy I've been kissing and revising a script and applying to college, and yesterday I thought nobody had ever been colder than when I forgot my jacket in October. I took a 30-minute shower and the water made a prune out of me, and then I had a Coke before my mom came home out of this metallic red can, the color of a tube of lipstick or the color of a can of Coke, and I didn't think about how drinking a can of Coke affects the third world before it affects me. I didn't think about everything shriveling and withering and the world ending, and even now that I'm listing it, I'm still not thinking it. I'm afraid. I will tell you that. Now that there's Ebola in Dallas, all the American scientists are really getting on it. I read that in Liberia, they're pushing this no-touching policy. I read this one story about how this baby had Ebola and he was coughing, and they told his mother not to pick him up. But she picked her baby up, and of course she picked her baby up. She had to pick her baby up. And then the baby and the mother and the whole family died. I don't think this will happen to me. And you don't think this will happen to you, but what if I told you this was happening in Dallas? And what if I told you that that baby was your baby and you had to pick him up? And what if I told you that you were that baby and your mother wouldn't pick you up to hold you while you died? And what if I told you that the world was going to end all at once? And what if I told you that the world was going to end you first? And what if I told you that it was me? That I was ending the world, that I was skimming the newspapers and leaving on the faucets, that in the midst of wanting no part of this world ending, I had inadvertently pushed the button.